This happened when I was studying in the college. It was the initial few days in the hostel. One fine morning, as I got ready to go to the institute, the hostel bell had rung for going to the institute, and I stepped out of the hostel. I offered my prayers to the little Ganesha there, and then suddenly he spoke. He said, why is it that all of you boys are leaving me here alone and going to the institute? I realized it must be pretty lonely in the hostel when all boys go to the institute. So I said, Lord, why don't you accompany me? I would be very happy. And then he seemed pleased with that, and he came down from his little enclave, and his vehicle followed him, and we walked towards the institute. His form was beautiful. His form was coming only up to the level of my chest. He had a beautiful yellow and green silk, and his trunk was swaying beautifully in the air, and sometimes it was resting on the protruding belly. And we started speaking. He narrated few of those incidents of how he became the Agrapuja, how he got his elephant trunk. As we were conversing and moving towards the institute, a lot of vehicles were coming on the road, and Lord Ganesha was to my right, and I was apprehensive if some vehicle would hit him. And then he realized my apprehension, and he said, you need not worry, I am visible only to you and nothing can affect me. I was relieved, and once we reached the institute, I walked up to the temple of Lord Ganesha, where where boys offer their prayers before they go to the class. He walked with me, and then he got into the position of the institute Ganesha, or received the prayers of all the boys, and I took leave of him. I went to the classes. After the classes, when it was lunchtime, I came out of my classroom, and then he was ready to accompany me back to the hostel. And this time we spoke various things about material and spiritual topics. And as we reached the hostel, I was apprehensive, like what would be the lunch for Lord Ganesha. I would be going for the lunch, and then he sensed it. He said, food for me is your studies and your vidya and your jnana. I don't need any other food. You study well, that is enough for me. He got into his little enclave, and I went to inside the hostel, had my lunch, got ready for my afternoon classes, and when I came out of the hostel to go for the classes, he accompanied me again. And this time I was prepared. I was thinking to ask him so many things, and then he said, from henceforward we shall not talk, our walks will be quiet. I accepted that, and then the walks continued. He used to accompany me to the institute. Many times he would accompany me to the library also. And the form was so beautiful, it would remove all the sorrows of life. And I had found my true friend, my soul companion. Thank you.